Welcome to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand.
Another on the radar outside Anfield. What a beautiful stadium this is. I mean, we were at Wembley the other day, but this is the home of football, isn't it?
Home of England, mate. We're the English champions, so it's got to be, do you know what I mean? You can chat Wembley and all that shit, mate. This is the fucking place. This is the home of Europe right here, brother.
I mean, factually, what he's saying is completely true. Yeah. Right, on the radar, of course, the transfer show where we like to talk about who's coming in and who's leaving Liverpool. There were some reports that I read this morning, James, that Liverpool apparently value Gini Wijnaldum at 22 million. He's got a year to go. Widely reported that we're not going to be offering him a new deal next season. They're also saying that Liverpool or Bayern valued Thiago at 27 million. I mean, this myth about us not having money, we spoke about it yesterday. I think it's a myth. But do you agree with those valuations of the two players, especially with their ages?
Oh, I think they should be worth well more, if that's what you're asking 100%. When you see what them two players offer and stuff like that, when you take away the fact they've got a year left on the contracts, them players should be getting sold for at bare minimum in the 30s, in my opinion. And you know, you look what Gini's done since he's joined Liverpool. If he goes to a Barcelona or whatever, believe me, what he's going to do for the 1 or 2 years that he's going to be there for, it's going to be worth more than 22 million. And you know, like yesterday's video when we were talking about Grujic, can't remember if it was 15 to 17, whatever you said Grujic was. If he's going for just under 20 million, and then you've got Gini Wijnaldum going for just over.
He's at the peak of his career, let's face it, with Wijnaldum.
Yeah.
Is he going to get better than this?
Listen, probably not. Maybe he won't. Maybe he's at his peak. Maybe that Barcelona game was his peak. But what I'm trying to say is that he is still going to offer you a lot to the team. And Liverpool, as a club, we need to just be ruthless about that. And I don't understand. This is me. This is only my opinion. I look at players like Harry, and I'm not trying to go off topic, but Harry Wilson and Grujic and stuff like that. I think they're the players that you should be. Maybe even Origi, if you're looking to bring in someone else as a replacement, of course. Them type of players, the ones that you know aren't going to advance your team too much. And even though Wijnaldum might not be that player as well, he still offers that something to the team. And when even though we have a lot of midfielders as it is, Ox is always, you know, out. He's not very reliable in terms of how often he can play. People like James Milner are not getting any younger, as quality as he is, and I love him.
Yeah, I love him.
Do you know what I mean, lads? Him and his Ribeinas, mate. He's fucking quality. But lads, at the end of the day, one day he is going to have to go. Leeds have just came back up. Fuck knows what's going to happen there. You just don't know. So in my opinion, I think it's actually good to keep Gini. Sell all the rest that we don't really, that's not a necessity, and go in and get Thiago for 27 million, which is the bit that I'm happy to hear about, that he is under, but of course he should be worth more.
Yeah, I mean, I personally would value someone like Wijnaldum at this age. I think he's 28, 29. I'd stick 40 million on him. Realistically, like, when you're at 29, you're at your prime, right? Gini Wijnaldum has won countless trophies now with Liverpool. 22 million, that's a bit of a piss take, to be fair, if that's all we are going to get for him. But then there's the other side of the coin, where you could say, hang on, if we're selling Grujic, Wilson, and some other players who you mentioned there that we might not necessarily need, then why can't we have both? Why can't we have Thiago and Gini? Because next season, James, there's a lot of games again, and we are going to need a bigger squad.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, you look at what's done Liverpool in the past years, in especially English League competitions, League Cup and the FA Cup. You always just wish you could have that bit of just that one thing. And I think Gini Wijnaldum, say if you have 3 games, you have a Premier League game, you have a League Cup or an FA Cup game midweek, and then you have another Premier League game. I think that's a perfect situation. First team, Gini Wijnaldum and 11 other backup players, and then something else. Because that's what Gini Wijnaldum can do. He's won trophies, he's shown that he's a winner. Therefore, don't you want that type of an influence in a squad around younger players like Harvey Elliott, who you want to improve, Curtis Jones, you want them type of players in there? This is why I'm saying I think we get more value out of keeping Gini Wijnaldum, signing a new 2-year deal,
than selling him for 22 mil.
And then selling him for 22 mil, which I'm sure we can afford Thiago as it is. I am really sure about that. And if I'm wrong, I don't know what's gone wrong behind the door, but I'm pretty sure that we can get Thiago. I don't think that 22 mil is necessary. Yeah. Whereas that Grujic money, say we do need that money, Grujic is there for 17 mil, we could easily get a nice 10, 20, you know, for Wilson. You know, there's players there that we can let go, that we don't need. Gini Wijnaldum's class, man, and he's done a lot for this club. He's got a belt of tune that we all sing. Do you know what I mean? Lad, you can't take that away, and he's just a legend. And for that reason, I think you get more value out of keeping him for sure.
Wayne Rooney was actually on TalkSport this morning, and he said if Thiago goes to Liverpool, the title's over. He said Liverpool signing Thiago would be a better signing than Man City signing Messi. I mean,
Washbon coming in with the big
and that's
statements.
Rooney saying that.
No, I know. Listen, Washbon coming in with them big statements, man. I'll tell you that. But I don't know how true that is necessarily. But I do think Thiago adds something to our team. I think, like, you know, with him just winning the Champions League, I think that adds a little bit of, you know, another winner to the team. And I think that's what you need to keep doing. He's not a big personality. He shows he can be a part of a team. He'd love to work under Jurgen Klopp. He's such a technical player. And if you can get him linking up with, you know, Henderson, who's so smart, and then you've got Fabinho covering that back line, and then you've got them three amazing attack. This is what I'm saying, mate. Thiago is class, and I would love him in that first team, and I'd put him above Gini. But Gini hasn't said anything about how he seems to want to go, so that's where I'm just a bit confused. But with Thiago alone, I don't know if I agree with that statement that Rooney said, but mate, it does make us a better team at the very least. It doesn't make us any worse.
I mean, you can never really complain when you sign a player who's just won a Champions League. Obviously, we won it the year before. Thiago wins it this year.
Let's play for Barcelona and Bayern Munich. He's a big name player.
I mean, for me, he's so comfortable in the number 6 Fabinho position. But then if you watched Bayern play, him and Goretzka would actually switch. And Goretzka would be the more number 8. And then they'd switch, so Thiago would become the number 8. But he's so dangerous wherever you play him. Yeah. He dictates the tempo if he's sitting deep. And if he's in the hole, you know he can find them little crosses and through balls and find the pockets. So I just think that, exactly, he was probably for me the man of the match. Yeah. But for me, there's no negatives to buying Thiago. And if you are Gini Wijnaldum and you're seeing all these headlines, then realistically, James, it gets to you. And he might go, well, do you know what? The fans are all showing that they want Thiago. Maybe I'm not wanted here anymore. I've got a year left. Can I get out? Can I stay? It's clear that they're not going to offer him another contract next year.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think they will offer him a new contract, but if Gini's going solely off what the club's saying, then that's how he's going to feel. If he's going off what the Liverpool fans are saying, then we're not saying that. We're saying, yeah, we would love Thiago, of course, but we're also saying we'd still love to have Gini. We're not saying we want him to go anywhere. We're not saying we want to see him play less minutes. Like you said, we've got a lot of football to play, and if we want to go out and start winning every fucking trophy we possibly can, unfortunately, mate, you need to not give a fuck about some of these players' game time sometimes. You know, you look at Man City, they've got Riyad Mahrez sitting on that bench sometimes. Gini Wijnaldum will only be doing that same role. At the end of the day, you want players in your squad, not just starting 11 squad, that are going to want to play for the team, that wants the best success for the team, not just for themselves. Of course, they always want to advance their own career and stuff like that, but like you said, Gini Wijnaldum's in his prime. He's proven so much in his career. He's won trophy after trophy with Liverpool, and I just think he still has a lot to do here. I think there's still jobs to fill. It's just not like that's just for me, and that's absolutely fine for people to disagree. That's okay. But for me, from what I see, even from last year, I still think he's got a lot left in that tank, and I think for 22 mil, I'd just rather not.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think 22 mil is very light when we're talking about a Champions League winner. He's obviously got to the final of the Nations League as well. I mean, basically, if I could give a message to the Liverpool board right now, it would be announce Thiago. But keep Gini within the same hashtag. Listen, James, thank you so much, my brother, for coming out again. Really appreciate it. Like we said, you're on a lot of different channels now. You're on AFTV the other day. Got some other stuff coming up that we won't mention now. So definitely keep locked into James's movements. But until tomorrow, that's been another On The Radar. Take care.